You can see the whole limb is blocked up to here.
Okay.
This is 100% completely. 50% over there. This region here.
Yeah.
This
That's
side.
bad.
Terrible, doctor. This is what you have to. You cannot remove it. You have to do a bypass. Where to take the vessel so for so long? You have to do something. And when this is blocked, do you have any collaterals automatically? Yes, they have collaterals formed. But are they sufficient enough to form the circulation? If there's sufficient circulation is formed, they won't have claudication pain. So you have to develop the calf muscle. You develop the nutrition for these people. You have to make sure there's a blood being supplied to the respective vessel. You can go undergo gangrene, right? Can you see how much of blockage is here? Even the main branch here is complete, almost near complete. 50 to 60 patients at this side. Further down, so black. Of course, they could be having some collaterals. So these are things what you see. I'm not saying chelation therapy removes everything, but it forms a lot of collaterals.
Otherwise, there's nothing can be done for him.
There you go.
So you're doing something to at least improve
Actually,
the patients.
I never charged him a Tell you frankly, I never charged him a penny. Because I thought, of course, I have to go and charge myself, because he can afford his housing area itself, 58 acres land. Right? Housing area alone, 58 acres land with a helicopter, his own private jet, about 40, 50 cars, about 80 people, security, big time. So, but it's not there. When I went there, when I told him, after this, you have to listen to me. Right? I don't want anything coming in between. Right? Anything coming. You follow these are the medication you have to follow. You're taking from Singapore. I said, take this. These are the medications to take. Because I'm a doctor. I'm a normal doctor, not a GP. I cannot say this is the wrong medicine. Cannot. That's not a way. You take all these things, but you have to include your pomegranate juice every day morning.
Pomegranate juice.
There's a great studies done with the RCT randomized control trial. No, not a flawed studies. Fantastic study. Go through that. 9 months of consumption of 50 ml of pure pomegranate juice reduces, I think, about just go through, doctor, 16% of block. 16% of block. 16% of blocks. So it's a fantastic study. Now these are the things what you have to look for, right? Natural method. So I take pomegranate juice.
Oh, you take also?
Every day I take. I allow my mother to take as well. I advise every patient to take. Because it can do wonders. Take it, no harm in that. What's wrong with that?
Even the virgin coconut
oil?
Yes,
please take it, doctor.
You take it, your patients also?
Yeah, my patient. I advise them. This is KK Pandamram also told me. My supervisor said, okay, good. I steady. Right? He allowed me to think. Of course, question me. Sometimes he goes, okay, Kiran, I want to ask you something. This. How do you go about the minute numbers and all? Sometimes I forget about minute numbers, but overall, I know your stuff. So she's confident about it.
What about your own diet? You cut down your carbohydrate.
Oh yes, I love to cut down my carbohydrate.
The patients,
yes,
you ask them to cut down?
It's all matter of motivation. How do we motivate? When you appear healthy for them. Right? I met one patient yesterday. He met me after about 8 months. I'm not seldom here, right? Doctor, and I don't address my patient by name. They call me brother. Hey brother, that's how we talk lah. We used to, bro, what are you doing here, bro? Macam mana ni? Hey brother, you nampak young lah, doctor. Hey, I nak datang nak cek darah. So if you appear healthy, if you appear young, people come to you. If you appear like sluggish, your hair is not trimmed well, your dressing is not well, right? Appearance is important for doctors. Right? Happiness is important. So you cannot.
So you have to give a good impression.
It's not we fake the impression. Fake impression cannot last longer. The impression has to be from morning to night. Can you sustain your energy or not? I've been talking to you one hour.
Okay.
Have I got tired, sluggish?
No.
This will go on until night lah. Which is okay. That's it.
Okay. So is that also another reason why the hormones for you is important?
Hormones, that's what helping me. Right? I didn't do exercise for the last 3-4 months lah, and I don't go for heavy exercise. Right? You see, when I take testosterone hormone, I apply here. Application. Just apply here. It is absorbed in the skin. Right? And the impact of it, I tell you, any other people who don't do exercise will have the muscle will be may not be strong lah.
Okay. Okay, so meaning with your hormone treatment,
Yes, your
even
muscle,
without exercise.
without exercise, you can still sustain the muscle strength.
Okay, but for patients otherwise, you
Okay,
still.
what I do, expensive, right?
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I say they have libido problem.
Okay.
With libido. And I ask them, okay, do you get early morning erection or not? If they don't get early morning erection, that means testosterone is down.
Right.
That's it, that's the diagnosis. I say, okay, when the testosterone is down and you can't get erection, doctor, a small part of your body can't get blood supply, supposed to get in the morning. That means your testosterone peak has to be high, in the night. That's why you get early morning, which is common in guys, among guys. When they don't get it, you mean to say the heart coronary vessel will get blood supply. They will get, you can see sluggishness, right? That's why now there's a link between testosterone level and heart disease, which we are coming through. Well, so you replace testosterone, heart should be all right. Right. For those who can't afford, we have testosterone injections. We have injection. Give them one shot, like what I did in my urology back a few years ago. I was working in urology. We give them monthly injection, raise the testosterone level, advise them on exercise, diet, and maintain that. Maybe once in 6 months after they come back, and then go with them, jab them. No harm in that.
Okay, so on top of that, you recommend them to do the exercise.
Yes, we have to do that. Exercise, lifestyle is the most important thing. Okay, we can increase the testosterone level by virtue of exercise and diet. But the only problem is the body is like that. Can he push himself to do exercise? Not possible. Unless people are tired, too exhausted. Right? They're weak. You want to ask the weak fellow to go and do exercise. That's what happening in the hospital now.
Okay.
After all the treatment, whatever they give, right? Oh, you have to go for physiotherapy. Right? This fellow can't even walk.
So is it you have to tackle the hormone part
Tackle
first?
the diet first.
Diet first.
Diet first, and then try to correct the person on the other aspect. Give them some energy to do exercise. Physiotherapy is fine because they're just moving the joint.
Okay.
But other than that, is that enough for you to move the joint? Your muscle has to work. You have to walk, right? Yes. So that's the logic of it. Give good food for the people. Food is health, right? If you can give good food, the person will be nice.
Good food meaning the
balanced. The balance, what is being advised now, with the maximum of carbohydrate, then comes to protein, then comes to fat, has to go upside down.
Okay.
We have to reverse it.
So reverse the pyramid.
So
that's why the carbohydrate is less.
Yes. We take the carbohydrate to the peak, make it less. Right? It's not because the Patani all they're having this farming, the farm, all those things because of the products. You should support them. It's not that. They can rear some chicken. They can have fantastic fish.
Of course.
All right. So we can change their state. Change their life. It's not that you should be dependent. Eskimos. They don't consume any vegetable. They consume fish and bear at the most. They don't die early. They live hundreds of years. Maybe weather is another issue. Consumption of meat will increase your hormone, right? But whether you increases your hypertension, diabetic definitely no. Sorry,
because you also mentioned that lifestyle is important, but like for you, your exercise you do like certain months and then stop. Are there any barriers or anything which make it difficult?
Because now I'm planning to work in Australia. And another thing is I have to work in the clinic and come over here, see a few patients. By the time I go home it will be 8 or 9 o'clock. Right, I'm not good enough taking my diet. Actually, I try to stick my diet between 7 to 8 hours per hours. Whatever said and done about diet. But sometimes they become delayed. Right, when it's delayed, when your body, another thing is exercise is your body's call. Right, body call. But if you feel like today I'm going to do, make sure the body calls you to do exercise. You cannot pushing also for exercise. It's a call. Of course, we motivate ourselves. You push yourself. When you see the body is not ready for exercise, doctor, you feel so tired few days. So what you have to do before exercise? Make sure your diet is good. Right? Make sure the mind is like this. Hey, I feel like doing some exercise today.
Okay.
At least that has to come. Of course, it's more of laziness lah. For me, I feel like going for exercise now. But then the laziness slowly sets in about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Then what are you going to do for that? That means that the laziness comes in mind. Mind is nothing but the hormone back in you. So we have to do something about that. Maybe cut down your carbohydrate further. Adjust to it lah. Of course, even if I don't do it, doctor, alright, it is not like, but 3 weeks I've not done it. 3 weeks lah. Earlier to that, I do a little bit of exercise. At least you push another person to do exercise. Talk about it frequently. Talk to your patient. Hey, you have to do exercise lah. Now this is the exercise. Then you will think what to do it. So that's why I'm telling you, GP's life is related to each patient's life. Whatever you advise, whatever you speak often to the patient, will come back to you.
Okay. So it's sort of a reminder to yourself also.
You talk about the diet, it comes back to you. You talk about habit, it comes back to you. Right? So these are the important aspects lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other thing I was curious also, the hormone checkup. You do to your patients, all kinds of patients, or like certain
Selective,
type?
doctor.
Selective.
Those who feel, I don't advise on hormone, but I put up hormone assessment we do. But if the person is, one is they have to be able to afford it.
Okay.
Affordability. The hormones are expensive. And then the worst part is that it's only tailored for those who are in a higher income group. The middle income group is quite difficult. I just have to give them diet and exercise stuff.
There's a limit there.
The limit there. And the most injection testosterone, right? But the higher income group people, they can afford. Even they find it expensive. It's not what we charge them. We have our margin, definitely, yes. With the consultation, everything we have. But the problem is the product itself. One particular product we cost them about 200 or 300 ringgit. This is, we are talking about 4 or 5 products. A month is about 1,000, 1,500 ringgit. The blood test will cost them about 2,000 plus ringgit. So they are expensive affair lah, But when they come with the stroke, they don't care about all those things, Whatever we give, they will take it. So my advice is, why you have to let the patient to go to the extent, try to correct it back. Instead, you can do it from the beginning in a small dosage. For example, if you want to use estrogen and progesterone, for those who are regularly menstruating, of course, with those who are suspected to have low level, 10 days of application in a month, right? One box will last about 6 months. The cost of one box, let's say 400 ringgit, divided by 6, still cheaper. And progesterone still cheaper. So these are meant for those who are perimenopausal. They're going to go for menopausal, then they're feeling hot flash, they're not alright, just replace it. But of course, you have to do the blood test to ascertain they don't have CA125, CA19.9, all the things you have to do lah. Okay, if they have done the ultrasound of the breast and all those things, or even pap smear, it's good. So there's an evidence they have not been affected by anything else. Then you start on the hormone, bioidentical, E1 and E2, estriol, estradiol combination, and progesterone for the night. So that cost is only so much. Hardly about 100 ringgit per month. Which is okay still.
I see, yeah.
For the guys initially, of course, expensive. After that, once in 3-4 months, testosterone. I'm not talking about cortisol level. I'm not talking about thyroid hormone. I'm not talking about other hormones which you are having. These are the basic hormone. Male hormone, female hormone. Testosterone, estrogen, progesterone. Then comes to next level is thyroid, cortisol, DHA. That's fine.
Okay. So for women also, you recommend them to do pap smear and
stuff? Yes.
You do yourself in your practice?
I've done people, those who wish to get it done, they come to me, doctor, pap smear, fine. Why you want to do it? Why don't you go to the government or the private doctor perempuan? Tak apa doktor buat je lah. A lot of Malay patient of mine prefer me doing it.
Okay.
So fine, I said okay.
Okay, so you have that facility.
Yeah, we have facilities here. We do breast examination as well. Teach them how to do. So it depends on we cannot be forcing that part. It's a very sensitive part. Those who have been knowing me for all the last 15 years, they don't mind that they come.
Okay. They themselves ask for it?
They ask.
Or you recommend?
Cannot, doctor. You cannot recommend. But I'll give a indication. Dah 40 dah belum buat pap smear kan?
So you mentioned that way. Remind that way.
60-year-old man or 50-year-old man ada buat FOBT kan?
Right. Okay.
That's a way to
go. So it's like a reminder to the patient.
Diabetic hypertension, brother, you have to put the injection, pneumococcal influenza. Make sure you get it done. Understand that? So we tell, because these are people with cardiac disease, diabetic hypertension, vulnerable, comorbidity is high. So jab them influenza vaccine, pneumococcal once in 5 years. They feel comfortable. Same goes to Cervarix and all this medication, right? But they are given in government hospital. Just check whether it's taken or not. Now, for me, asthma treatment, for example, how I do my integrated. You use your meter dose inhaler. Okay, let's say diagnosed asthma. Meter dose inhaler. And then of course the step up, step down, all those things we do, stereotype, blah blah blah, everything we do. But that is where the role of diet comes in. This is immunological imbalances.
Okay.
Related to immunity related.
Okay.
Immunity, where it's affected, of course you're talking about generation, fine, fair enough. That generation affected, previous generation may be affected. But as such now, there are something called triggers. Pets trigger protein. You see pet, protein. And then you have food, trigger protein. Sometimes cold weather, these are weather also. See, these are the triggers. Sometimes nuts are the triggers, right? See, the concept is very simple. Something that can trigger the asthma, emotion, anxiety. What is happening in the body? There need to be a trigger, right, for asthma, right?
Yeah.
So you try to go and block at the intestinal organ. Try to cut down the sugar intake. Try to avoid that's where avoidance of the food. What is the point of taking spray, all the thing, all the well-metered dose inhaler, when they are not be alright? So when you compare and contrast, I'd rather avoid 4 types of food than I go for steroid inhalation.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So what we do?
Diet again.
Back to diet. So we advise them on diet. So I think that's more comprehensive, right?
Yeah.
Comprehensive.
Okay.
We should not be the slave of pharmaceutical companies. And I believe Australia, America for the matter, and even New Zealand, they are already slave. With these cases coming up, popping up, I expected those countries not to have such problem. Actually, I think we have more liberty to practice in Malaysia. Come on, Dr. Eczema, 70,000 cases. The man has done a wonderful job. Why you have to stop him?
Yeah, just because of one case.
Just because? No. We have the cream here. The pharmacy, we have the cream. They have the whole cream in pharmacy. Why? If you want to go and work in Australia, you can't have your medicine. You can't dispense your own medicine. You have to write the prescription in the pharmacy. So the pharmacists will have betamethasone, Domoy, whatever cream. So you write, and then you support the. So they want the whole world to be mechanical. Like you are a robot. You diagnose, you write, they give, they take money. Come on, we don't need that. No, we don't want to put our children on steroid cream, which is whatever they suggest. We want to cut down on steroid. Their side effects are high. Right? We don't want to give them some other nonsense food substance, whatever they advise. No. We will give them a natural product in Malaysia. We are fantastic kepala kelapa sawit, kelapa what's minyak kelapa. We want to give our kids which we feel right.
Okay.
That's it. We advise according to our culture. Right? To play down with the medication. Don't bantai medicine. That's it. Diabetic for me treatment at the most is metformin. I don't want to go more than that. Everything is lifestyle. If the patient can afford, I cannot tahan makan, then take empagliflozin, combination metformin, reduce your weight first, and then cut down, taper down. Insulin, don't go higher, bring it down. Insulin, you will develop resistance, and then you can put on weight. Your appetite improves. So that will cause insulin resistance again. Right? So cut down your weight, bring down from 30, bring down to 10 to 15. This is safe. I think that's what we have to do justice for the patient.
And it seems also weight also is an important thing.
Yes. Yeah, so this is what I feel like, I defend myself for this, and I think touch wood, everything has been alright. So
like what you mentioned earlier, you feel that you are overweight, so you are also doing anything for your weight?
I'm not overweight, doctor. I'm not overweight. I'm within the weight, it's okay. What I feel is when you feel tired, and then tired, exhausted, you don't feel like going for exercise. That is something, the body is telling you something that you are not fit for exercise yet. So you play around the see, for me, if I want to start exercise, at least about 5 days I'll be on a proper diet first. I don't push my stuff. Hari ni buat tak ada. First 10 hari jangan lari. What you do is, doctor, you have to be very gradual. Right, very gradual exercise. You cannot just go and walk straight. You may sprain your leg. So what I do, normally if I start back, stretch up slowly. 10 minutes of slow stretching. Proper method lah. You cannot be rotating your shoulder, it's wrong method. It has to be either this way, or front, or back. This is the way, or this way.
So the same thing you show to the patient?
I teach the patient, My stroke patient, I teach them how to do exercise. So and some of them, they can't walk, sitting exercise, I do that for them. From the neck, turn sideways, shoulder, and then for the arms, and then this way, and then this way, up, right, and then slowly lift up. All the exercise until the hip and the leg. And then I ask them to walk. So most of them, all this exercise will be something like anaerobic kind of exercise, but patient will be fit.
Yeah, okay.
That's called sitting exercise.
So other than all this exercise, diet and stuff, do you do anything else to take care of your health, like control alcohol intake?
I don't consume alcohol, doctor.
Oh, not at all?
No, I take it maybe around once in 6 months. Wine lah.
Okay.
Not heavy consumption. Right, I don't drink with my friends. Right, I have it with my wife once in a while. Once in a while, maybe one or two glasses. Okay, of course, I drink it on the basis of health.
Okay.
Wine has very high antioxidant, right?
Yep.
And it's advised to take every night, but I don't advise every night because still it contains alcohol. That alcohol reduces your hormone. So if you want to take wine, yes, once a month. And that's my advice. Once a month, have 1 glass.
Okay.
But at the most 2 glasses. Don't go and get drunk. You don't have to get drunk.
Okay, so for patients also.
For patients, no. I tell my patients straight away, you are taking alcohol. So this is going to hit you hard. All your hormones is going to come down.
Okay.
You'll feel really bad the next day. That's because your hormone is totally depleted. So this is my advice. But then, does it work? Of course, our duty is to tell them.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
So it's better for the patients not to consume.
Yeah, it's better not like that. There's no safe alcohol limit.
Not even like a glass of wine for health, like you say.
Not every day, doctor. No lah, definitely not lah.
You don't really recommend
I don't recommend lah. The guideline says 3 times a week, blah blah, so much of quantity and all. I don't think limit, that's for meant for whites lah. They need alcohol. Their country is cold. They need to keep themselves warm. Alright, that's fine. Right, it's fine. Our boys, our children, our guys, they go to Russia. Ice packed, ice salji. And if you don't take vodka, I don't think you are doing something right. You need to make yourself warm. Right, so reasonable for them to drink. So there's no such thing called agama ke apa tak masuk. Your body have to safeguard. A person who don't safeguard the body, of course you can replace with a coffee, maybe a hot, strong coffee to make yourself warm, or particular type of dressing which keeps you warm. But if it's not working, with a minus 30 or 40 degrees Celsius, if you need to pop it, go ahead. Survival, doctor.
Yeah, so it depends on the environment. So our environment, we don't really need it.
No, we don't need all those things.
Yeah.
We need more of spices in our diet. Spices.
Okay.
Because we need to digest the food what we take. The whites don't need spices.
So because spices for our digestion.
You see, our digestion is totally different. Ours is tropical country, warm weather. You expect digestion will be good? Yes, will be good, provided you have spices there, right? If you don't have spices, the digestion will be very slow because our metabolism is always low, doctor, because it's too hot. Then white countries, it's cold. The body metabolism has to increase because to compensate for the heat loss. So that's why when you consume even raw meat, it will be digested very well. Ours will not get digested. So to digest, we have to mix with spices.
Okay.
Therefore, digestion, they have to mix with alcohol. That's it.
So do you recommend to patients that you should take a bit of spices?
Well, actually, I don't disturb because we are spicy people basically.
Oh, so it's already there.
It's already there.
In the diet. So no need to disturb.
Our Chinese counterparts, they go to mama. For mama, it's okay, whatever oil, that's it. But we get to eat Malay food, Indian food, Chinese food. Right?
So it's already there.
It's already there, so we don't have to disturb them.
Okay. What about other things like smoking, things like that?
I was a smoker until about 8 months ago, doctor.
Oh, 8 months.
8 months ago. And then I was thinking that I should stop because again, boredom is one issue boredom, being bored. Come here, sit alone. For the last 8 months, since I finished my first GP, I called in one doctor who was working here, and then tried to monitor him, and then go with another doctor. So, but sometimes you feel bored. Again, another thing is my whole smoking habit was started at the age of 17.
Oh, okay.
When I was studying Form 5, I was a French lung. When I went to India for my MBBS, I quit smoking for about 3 years. And then when I went to medical studies, I tell you, doctor, the study really pulled me in. I felt like smoking immediately. All the while the negative towards that. But suddenly it was so tough, the anatomy, the biochemistry, all those things.
The toughness.
Lagi pun lambat masuk 3 bulan. Lambat because we waited for central nomination, nomination, that didn't get it.
So the delay.
Finally to find a unregistered college You know, I have to go in, now registered lah, the nation recognized Malaysia. Last time, just masuk lah. So pergi sana, good college of course. So then slowly over the period of about one year after that, I started smoking. Right? And he said, hey, you smart smoke, can stop lah. Then that habit came in. Then after that, you know lah, medical days you come in, every 1 hour you feel like smoking, and then you go and you do, you know, keep on, continue that. And then stop for about 2-3 months, and then continue back, stop, continue, until 8 months ago lah. I hope I can sustain that. Alright, I can sustain that. Of course, once a while, with my friends, if I go to KL maybe once a month, we don't smoke cigar, we don't smoke cigarette, I go for cigar. A good cigar, I mean, there's no good cigar, no good cigarette anyway. Cigar, other than that, nothing much of that. I'm not a heavy coffee consumption, no, nothing. I don't take tea often, right? Maybe once or twice. That's also I try to take half tea. If I get so much, I take half tea. So my balance all the while is between, struggle between smoking and my diet and my body.
Okay.
So just because I've been smoking, another thing I have to do is to control my diet to make sure that replacement of hormone. So consider I'm a smoker for the last 30 years. The amazing news that I got when I did my cardiac scan was there's no calcium score. Right? Smokers will have calcium score.
So that's good.
That's a good thing. That means I'm not promoting cigarette smoking while you can do supplement hormone but that means my diet has worked, my hormone has worked, my supplement, whatever advice for my patient, I'm also taking supplement, that also worked. Right? Because I'm smoking. Must be some problem. I said, clear, man. There's no calcium score.
Oh, that's good.
That's a good touch. So now I can confidently tell my family members. I say, okay, now the problem is like this. This is what you are lacking. Thyroid, my sister has been having this. This is what you are lacking. My elder brother has been having calcium score while not being a smoker. That's what you are lacking. And then my younger brother just had a stenting. Non-smoker, non-drinker, nothing he does. He goes regularly for tennis. Of course, family history. Father was a heart patient, diabetic, all these things. This is what, and he is not diabetic, nothing. No habit, nothing. Simple life, never accident. And 2 blocks. Right. So what you are lacking there? It is not basically. It is not. What do you think? Like block comes in just because you are diabetic or anything lah. Chances are more, but it can come to anyone.
Okay.
It can come to anyone. But you have to try to correct the root cause of it. Alright? Very good. I mean, the root cause, vitamin C is important. Vitamin C takes out the calcium. Exercise. Why I advise on the half an hour of anaerobic exercise? Right? It's because the moment you do push up or complex exercise involving the whole body, you are going to put the strain on the muscle and the bones. In order to recuperate well, to replace the bone well, to make it more stronger, whatever blocks in the part of the blood vessels will be drawn to replace you. That's why we have weight-bearing exercise for the ladies in menopause.
Okay.
Yes.
So those are the things.
So you have to push your bone so that calcium comes in and form and make it stronger. So when you have some deposition of calcium in the blood vessel, if you keep doing this kind of exercise, there's a chance for the deposited calcium to come and replace your bones. Yes, doctor. So this is a concept of thinking.
Okay. What about if a patient who smokes?
Okay, I tell them. Now I'm more confident telling them.
Compared to last time.
Oh yes, doctor. Yes, doctor. Last time. Now even last time, what I said, are you planning to quit smoking? Right? Do you have?
Even during those times when you?
Yeah, I asked them too. I do ask them. Bro, banyak kerokok. Oh, banyak berapa? 30. Tak pernah fikir nak kurangkan ke atau berhenti ke apa. That's my duty lah. It can be anything to me, but my duty is to ask them.
Okay.
Right? I put it that way. It's bad, brother. It's bad. But I wouldn't want to say that I'm a smoker because they all take it for granted. Right?
So you definitely wouldn't mention.
I won't mention because that will put away. Doktor pun rokok lah, cool lah, macam tu tak nak lah kan.
Yeah.
So I'm giving a false confidence in them. Right? So I said, fine, brother. Planning to stop smoking. Oh, tak boleh. Okay, when you feel like continue stopping, you come, I'll talk to you. But for now, you know a lot of issues, brother. I give them example, a lot of working in a dialysis center, I have a PIC there. I have a private center, PIC. So I tell them how many people get kidney loss. So the common thing is mati lah, brother. enjoy dulu. This is kampung, that's why. Okay, anyway, for those who can convince, we tell what is necessary in a very proper manner. Then ask them to come back. And the percentage of those who come back to me, maybe less than 99.9% never come.
Okay.
The problem is with the country. Why do you have to have cigarettes here? Right?
Yeah.
You know that substance can cause dependence. Nicotine is a dependent, one of the worst substance you can be dependent. Doctors can get to it in spite of knowing all the
because the
elements.
easily availability.
Yes, why do you want to have it? Why can't you ban it one shot? You get remuneration of $5 billion per year, but you spend about 10 million for your patients here. Right? You don't have to subsidize if you don't have to cigarette. Take it out, see what happens. The cigarette is not there. You think people is looking for cigarette? Yes, for some time. After that, nobody will go for it. Right. So
do you think that also like
yes, doctor,
even promote you during your time that you are smoking?
Which one, doctor?
The like you can easily buy it.
Doctor, it's so easy to get hooked on cigarette. If you want, I can teach you today, and be with me for 1 week. After that, you'll be addicted.